Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, today's episode is going to be a very quick one. It's going to be just the cash league and the magic number, okay? And the magic number, I think, is too low because we're not knocking nobody out. So we're going to increase the magic number significantly this week. Just calm it down. Now, before I start with the Cash League, I'm looking for this young man. Coach is Owen Barnett, okay? Heeny, meeny, miny, mo, okay? Now, if Owen can contact either myself or the horse, well, the Supercoach horse, then we can give you some money, okay? So we're waiting for your call so we can pay you, okay? Because the Supercoach horse has been giving out a lot of cash lately, and let me show you something. Now, our cash league figure has dropped down to $45,000 now because the Supercoach horse, he spent $6,000 of it. Well, he didn't spend it on himself. He gave it away. He gave it to all the winners. So all the people that have collected so far, our balance is now down to $45,490. And in about, we've got semi-finals this week. So in about 3 weeks' time, that's going to be reduced even further down. So we'll go through all the finals right now. We've got two finals happening. We've got the big knockout finals, okay, and we've got the knockout finals. Knockout, we actually got 5 finals going because we've got knockout tier 1, knockout tier 2, 3, 4. All those finals are going right now. Now, the prize money up for grabs for first place in the big knockout is $1,700, and we're approaching that pretty soon because we're now down to the semi-finals. So the 8 teams that I'm going to be showing you in all the semi-finals are all guaranteed some cash now. In the big knockout, they're all guaranteed $100 each. In knockout tier 1, they're guaranteed $250 each. Knockout tier 2, $150 each. Knockout tier 3 and knockout tier 4, also $100 each. And these are the teams. Let's go to the big knockout, okay? Big knockout finals. Okay, now, this week, it's a big week, and we have the Super Spuds. Now, the Super Spuds actually happened to defeat me in one of my league games this week, so he's on fire, okay? And the Super Spuds defeated a team called Team Name, because this team doesn't even have a name yet. Just calm it down! Anyway, the Super Spuds is up against Callahan-tastic, okay? Well, Callahan-tastic number 4, who defeated Tigernator last week. So they're all guaranteed $100 each right now, or whatever it was. I think it's $100 each. And they're now playing into the semi-finals. Once they get into the grand final, they're up for the big cash. Okay, minimum $1,000. Now, gone in 60 seconds. That's Reese's team. Had a win over Canunda Cats last week. Okay, so they're in the quarterfinals. Well, actually, we're up to the quarterfinals. So they're in the quarterfinals. Okay, so I did say semi-finals. They have to get to the semi-finals. So at the quarterfinals, and they're playing the Golden Era. Okay, and the Golden Era had a victory over Daisy's Duds last weekend. Okay, now if we go onto the other side. Okay, now we got the $3 Dim Shims. Okay, they're still in action. Okay, I always call this name every week, every time I do this podcast. So the $3 Dim Shims have defeated Siggy Butts Football Club last week. So they're now playing the quarterfinals, and they're up against Silk, who had a victory over 6 months in a leaking boat. That's my friend had his loss this week. So unfortunate for the 6 months in the leaking boat. And then we have Supercoach of DR. Now he's still got a bounty on his head, and he's come a long way. He's in the quarterfinals. Okay, I don't even know if he knows this, but I'm going to tell him anyway, so he'll be very excited. And he had a victory over Novak Pajovic last week, okay, so it was a big win for the Supercoach DR. Now, he's playing against the Body of Christ. Now, this could be a tough one, okay, this man here, the Body of Christ, and he's up, and he defeated Moves Like Jagger last week. So, good luck to all 8 teams this week, all guaranteed their $100, okay, and they're going to be now going into the semi-finals, playing for, I think it was $250 they're playing for this week. So, how much are they playing for? Actually, where is it? Okay, it's here somewhere. Okay, fund distribution. They're playing now for $300. So the winner now is guaranteed $300 from this game. Okay, now let's move over to the knockout tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, Doodle AFL has done us a favour here, and he's actually made it easy for us. So if you have a look, He's actually gone now and done knockout finals tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. So tier 1 knockout finals, we have him here. It's Gornography versus Sperminator. Okay, now this is going to be it's Gornography and Sperminator facing each other. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Okay, now next door we have Caddy's Crew against Spud Guns again. Okay, now this Spud Guns is in everything. Okay, he's greedy guts, trying to get all the money. So he's in here as well. He defeated me last week. He's in the quarterfinals of both the tier 1 as well as the big knockout. So he's in both. So he's got a big weekend ahead of him. Now, Slim's Garrison is up against Trifle with Sherry, okay, or Trifle with Sherry, and we got the Staghounds up against El Dadarino. Okay, now there should be interesting games, and good luck to all these teams. Now, knockout finals 2, the tier 2 now, and we got 350, okay, and he's up against Silvertop Hurley. Our boy here, Silver, he's also got a bounty on his head, and he wants to keep his bounty. He's told me this. He said, "I'm not giving my bounty to nobody. I'm going to keep it all for myself. Just come on down." Anyway, it's a big matchup for these two young men over here, and then we got Slavic Constructions, okay, and they're up against Shah, my other friend Shah, and good luck to all these teams here playing off in the quarterfinals. Then we have Kamazaki, okay, and he's up against Paulie Wobbles, okay. Now this is going to be a very interesting match. And then Yoso Gulden is up against the Lobstars, okay. Now the Lobstars are a very dangerous team right now, and they're on fire. So he's been showing me his scores every week on Twitter, and he's loving his season so far. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup. All these quarterfinals here. Now let's go to tier 3. In tier 3, we have Duncan's Donuts, okay? Now, they're playing against Pies of 2025, and without even looking at his team, I'd say he's got Dacos as the vice-captain this week, okay? That'll be my assumption, being a Pies man. And you got Chaos 7000 AD, okay, up against Matt Flincredible, okay? Well, I'm not sure how Matt Flincredible is credible, but anyway, he's up against Matt Flincredible, and a big matchup over here in the quarterfinals. And then we got the Spagwagon up against Nank the Tank, and Nank the Tank could actually go huge this week. So if Nank the Tank actually has Nank the Tank, and maybe vice captains or captains him and goes to 150, this could be a big one for Nank the Tank here. And then we got the Same Olds versus Sizgetti's Pies. Okay, so we've got another pie here, okay, and it looks like the Collingwood, the pie supporters are all on fire at the moment. So there's another Dacos VC coming up. And now we go to the knockout finals for tier 4, okay, and Murray Football Club, okay, is up against Draper's Traitors, okay, and then we got Mount Street Magoos versus Dogs, or I Am Dogs, okay, so this could be an interesting matchup. And then we have Tigernator. I mean, they got eliminated last week in the big knockout, but they're not eliminated in the in this league. So all these teams are guaranteed $100 right now, so they're all guaranteed their money back. So congrats to all these teams. And Tigernator is up against Chef's Special this week. Then we got Milk Lemonade, okay, and this is old school, because if you don't know what this is there's an addition to this story, but I'm not going to mention it, okay. But anyway, it's Milk Lemonade, okay, and he's up against Smoothest Butters, okay. So we got Butter versus the Milks, okay. So it should be this is going to be a cow fest. Just come down, okay. And so this is going to be the battle of the cows, okay. So the Milks and the Butters. And once again, I mentioned to Heeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, the coach of Owen Barnett, to please contact either myself or the Supercoach horse, who's doing a magnificent job as well with giving out all the cash outs. He's like a Robin Hood. He's taken from the rich and he's given to the poor. Now, the magic number last week was 2050. Unfortunately, we have two teams that didn't make it. So we had E-Bombs, that's Emon's team and Troy from Warspeed 25. Unfortunately, these two teams were unable to reach that 2050 milestone, so we're going to have to unfortunately eliminate these two teams, and so they're both Gonski now. Okay, so we apologise for this. Okay, now we have a lot of teams remaining in here, and we're going to set up a new magic number. And let me get the new notepad out. It's going to now be 2200 next week, okay? We're going to have to boost up some things, okay, and speed this process. So 2200 is now the magic number, okay? So you're going to make sure you clear 2200 next week, okay? Otherwise, you're a Gonski from the group. Just calm it down! Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.